Today on Behind the Scenes, I am here with one of my favorite charities, Representative Justin Coffin. The way that we met Project MKC was my wife being a kindergarten teacher. The founder of Project MKC would come to the school. And we'll talk a little bit about the programs that these guys do, but one of the interactions that they got was they brought school supplies and things for the kids that maybe didn't have, they were from a rougher area, or they didn't have the means to be able to provide these things like jackets and boots and a lot of things that we take for granted. Mm-hmm. These kids are coming to school without, and MKC was filling that void. So, Justin, first off, why don't you tell me the history of MKC and who's all involved in it?
Yeah, sure. So it's really nice because it's a family organization. So my mom founded it in 2010, July of 2010. So we're a little over 11 years old now, 12 years old actually now. And she was reading an article in a magazine, and it talks about doing birthday parties for kids in homeless shelters. And she was like, you know what, I'd love to give back into my community. And so she had that idea. And so basically Project MKC was founded. My wife graduated from law school, so she had a legal background. My sister graduated up the street from YSU with a business degree. So they kind of put their heads together and said, all right, well, with Gianna's legal side and Shelly's business acumen, we can kind of get the ball rolling with philanthropy. So they started doing birthday parties for kids in the Beatitude House. And from there, it grew and grew and grew. It actually, the LLC, the 501c3 started actually at my Boardman address. So we were actually working out of our home to begin with. And then we got bigger. It had moved to the West Boulevard office. And then since then, we've expanded into about a 6,500 square foot facility on Southern Boulevard. So
from a spare room in a house to a big warehouse with lots of stuff.
And we're currently outgrowing that. So we're going to be looking at maybe a 10,000 square foot facility in the near future here.
So now you guys have kind of traversed different things. Was it guided by demand, or was this part of the mission statement all along?
Yeah, I think, the mission statement basically is to make kids feel special regardless of their circumstances. So, and we do so much through not just right now we're 4 people in our organization. So my sister, Shelly, and my wife, Jana, are co-presidents. My cousin, Colleen, is the program director. And I kind of wear a lot of different hats. I kind of do a lot of different things there. And I am the newest employee. I started back in 2020. So we all kind of do a lot of different things. And, we've noticed so much need in the community that we have had to expand not just our employees, but our reach within, we try to focus mostly on Mahoning, Trumbull, and Columbia in our main area here, but we have expanded now to 10 different counties in Northeast Ohio.
Wow. And you have quite the support system, too, of people who will sponsor these things. I see a lot of names that constantly are sending money in your direction to help out with your different programs. You want to name a couple of those guys?
Yeah, so, our main title sponsor is Simon Roofing. They do a ton of stuff to help support our organization. We have a lot of different businesses. I don't want to say a bunch and then leave some out.
Yeah.
But Simon has been, kind of our flag bearer the last few years. But the one thing that is phenomenal about our organization that I don't think really any other nonprofit in our area and mostly around the country can say is that every single penny that is donated to our organization goes directly to funding. There is no overhead costs. There's no donations go to salary. No donations go to heating and electric and all that stuff. We are 100% independently funded. And so that means every single penny that is donated to our organization goes right back into the community and programs.
Oh, that's beautiful. So do you get a lot of like public support as well as like the commercial support?
We do. And honestly, I don't know if we could exist without the support of everyone in our area. And I mean, we'll get a random donation from someone in Virginia or someone in Texas that has stumbled across our organization or has maybe moved out of the area that still supports us. But yeah, of course, our local hub here in the Youngstown and Mahoning Valley is so crucial to what we do, because without the support of local businesses, donors, volunteers, we could not do what we do. And now we can reach so many more people because of those churches and businesses, and whether it be a big business or a small business, or a big family or a small family, or a $5 donation or a $500 donation, every cent matters, and every cent that goes into our organization, like I said, goes right back out to the community.
Yeah, and I think with kids, it's different. I think we do have a soft spot for kids. I mean, all it takes is like one stint in Akron Children's Hospital, and then you see what they do for kids, and then you just want to come home and donate and help other kids out. Or when you see one of those families that are suffering, that can't provide a Christmas, or don't have hot meals, or don't have warm clothes to wear. And so, how do you find the families that to be able to support?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because our organization, we don't work directly with the public. We work with our partner organizations throughout Northeast Ohio. So we have, I believe it's in the 65 to 70 different partner agencies. So we are sort of the middleman between the public and the different organizations. So we fill in the gaps that are missing. So our organizations that we work with distribute to their clients. So they get to know their clients a little bit better than the four of us could get to know thousands of individuals and thousands of families. So they're able to give us feedback and provide us with information of, hey, these families need diapers or food or boots or clothing or whatever it might be. And that's so useful to us, because we can provide them with what they need, and they can get that materials or money or food or whatever it might be to their clients.
This episode was brought to you by Youngstown Computer, the Valley's technology company. We appreciate the loyalty you all have shown to us over the years, and it's our promise to serve all of the technology needs of the Valley. Call 330-259-7278. We have both home and business services available, everything from repair, installations, and new equipment. You can improve your Wi-Fi and have your technology serve you better. Call 330-259-7278, or you can schedule your appointment right now on youngstowncomputer.com and look for the red Book Now button. All right, so let's get into the programs that you guys provide. So the three that I know about, and then if you want to add any more,
Sure.
give us your big programs, the one that you
So the biggest, our flagship program has to be our diaper bank. Since I'm going to just guess on this, but we have been doing our diaper bank for several years now. That was not one of our initial programs, but we noticed that was one of the biggest needs, not just in our area, but the entire country. 1 in 3 families has to struggle and decide whether they're going to buy food or diapers. And diapers are not one of those programs that are covered by food stamps or WIC or things like that. So a lot of families, especially during COVID and when times are tough financially, have to make those tough decisions. So our diaper bank has been a huge, huge need for so many in our area. So we have, since we've installed that program, we've distributed well over 4 million diapers. And just this past year alone, I believe we're in the ballpark of 1.2 million diapers distributed in 2022.
Dang,
Yeah,
that is a massive. And diapers are very expensive. So
Yes.
if you've got a kid that's in diapers and it's already a struggle, that's a lot of cost that's added to your budget. So
And another thing too, as you mentioned, the community support, we're able to provide that purchasing power. So we buy truckloads of diapers. So we get them off of the pallets and whatnot. So we're able to buy those diapers at a cheaper cost than it would be to go into a Target or a Walmart or a grocery store. And so we can get that purchasing power and distribute more with that program.
all right, second biggest program.
Second biggest program is definitely our Comfort Kit program. And I think that this one hits a lot of people, like right here, get your heartstrings, because the way I look at it is, let me just explain what the program is, then I'll dive deep into it. But the Comfort Kit program basically provides a duffel bag filled with so many things that are age and gender specific for kids in the foster care program. So we distributed, I believe, 1,400 of those to 10 different counties in Northeast Ohio this past year. And those go to, I hope I don't miss a county, but Mahoning, Trumbull, Columbiana, Summit, Stark, Ashtabula, Cuyahoga, Geauga, and Lake counties. And, we are able to provide those from 0 to 3 and 4 to 5 and, 6 to 9-year-old boy, 6 to 9-year-old girl, and so on, all the way up to 18. And the thing that really hits home about that is every time we're packing up these bags and they're awesome, but every bag represents a child that's being placed in foster care. And when I'm like packing those up or when I'm delivering them or whatever it means, it just hits differently because that bag is going to mean something special to a kid that might otherwise have nothing. A lot of times,
and on their worst day in their life.
That you couldn't have said it better yourself. I mean, that's so perfect because a lot of times these kids in the agencies and children's service agencies will tell us a lot of times these kids have nothing but a trash bag with maybe a couple things in it, and we're able to provide hygiene items, school supplies, books, blankets, all these clothing, all these different things that is just a basic necessity that you and I or our kids take for granted. And these kids have nothing, and to me that just means so much.
All right, third biggest program.
Third biggest program is probably a tie, so I'm just going to go to one that's probably the longest one of them is the Hope Totes one, and we actually got this idea. We attend a cancer research event every single year down in Florida, and it basically funds pediatric cancer. And we met this little girl who's now, I think, a sophomore in college at the University of Indiana, but she was diagnosed with cancer, and she had these bags called like Tatum's Bags of Fun, and they was based out of Indianapolis. And she kind of gave us this idea, and we didn't want to steal the name or anything, so we call them Hope Totes. And basically, it provides sort of a wish list for kids going through cancer treatments at Akron Children's, whether it be the main campus or the Boardman location. And it's just kind of a nice little wish list to put a smile on a kid's face that, again, is going through one of the worst times of their life. And hopefully this can provide a smile and some, distraction from the hospital and just things like that, because these kids are dealing with so much. They don't get to be kids. And I think this program allows them a little bit, a sense of relief. We're obviously, not in the medical field, but if we can help out a little bit, we're able to, put a smile on a kid's face. That's kind of what our hope is.
All right, and 3B, your tie.
So again, you had mentioned the Struthers Elementary School, and we work with dozens of local elementary schools in the Tri-County area, and we're able to provide boots and socks and a lot of times hats and gloves and just basic needs for a lot of kids that might be in lesser situations in their elementary schools or middle schools. And, that's becoming a great program. So we're trying to, we kind of try a couple different programs each year, see what works, see what doesn't, but we get a lot of different feedback from caseworkers and guidance counselors and school nurses and stuff like that. And so if you guys out there have any ideas for us, feel free to email us, MKC at Project MKC, and we're always up for suggestions.
Yeah, and it's their mission statement that they're following their hearts wherever kids have needs and are experiencing things that it's not fair to kids to be experiencing.
No.
Also, food pantries. You guys do some stuff there?
Yeah. So, that's another thing that I think, again, my mom, who is a founder, that was something big she wanted to get going. So she's done that. I don't want to name particular schools, but she has started with a few schools and sort of branched out. And, we are able to sometimes supplement that, whether it be, again, food or clothing or some things like that. So we're able to help out a little bit with that when we can.
This episode was brought to you by Youngstown Computer, the Valley's technology company. We appreciate the loyalty you all have shown to us over the years, and it's our promise to serve all of the technology needs of the Valley. Call 330-259-7278. We have both home and business services available, everything from repair, installations, and new equipment. You can improve your Wi-Fi and have your technology serve you better. Call 330-259-7278, or you can schedule your appointment right now on youngstowncomputer.com and look for the red Book Now button. The run through the tour yesterday, and they were packing, looked like pumpkin pies.
So, okay, so we partner with Ruley Brothers, and they do a great job packing up local pantry items, whether like a frozen thing and a pantry bag. So each family this Christmas, we have adopted 115 families, which equals to 408 children in our area. So you see Pat and Scott right now loading some food bags. So each family, that was adopted by our organization, again, sponsored by local community members.
And Ruley donated this stuff?
Ruley, they give us a great deal.
Nice.
Let's just say that. They give us a great deal, and I want to give a shout out to PJ over at Ruley Brothers, who does a great job. But these bags of food will also go with the gifts that are going to those families. And again, this is not one of even our flagship programs. And, there are dozens of families and hundreds of kids being, that are able to have a great Christmas and, a nice meal around the holidays that, again, we take for granted that a lot of people,
and I'm assuming your Christmas program is completely different than what you do the other 10 months out of the year.
It really is. But this program is quite overwhelming. As you'll see, I'm sure in some of these videos that there are a lot of gifts and a lot of great things coming in around the holidays. Now, what you're looking at here are local things we buy that go into school supply kits, into our comfort kits, hygiene programs, stuff like that. We've had pallets of Legos donated to us that go out to our partner agencies. And, it's just, we always try to have a lot of extra things on hand, formula, hats, gloves, whatever it might be, hand sanitizer, just basic necessities that go out to the public.
They're putting together kits, I'm assuming, for pickup there.
So right now, this is just our extra area. So these are just extra things that are laying around. It's kind of first come, first serve when our partner agencies pick up, so they know what goes out to their clients.
Okay.
Now these bins you're looking at, you can see how they're labeled by age and gender. When they get to the older kids, it's gender specific, but up to 5 years old, it's kind of, unisex there. But all these different bins, every item will go into a comfort kit, which again will go out to a child in foster care. And you can see some of our diapers. We kind of cleared house last month.
Crap.
This is very small. This is probably only like 20,000 diapers. And again, I think in the month of November we distributed close to 250,000 diapers, and you double that with wipes, so about 500,000 wipes. We also have women's hygiene, so like period supplies and whatnot that go out to our partners. Which is another area of need, which we didn't have in the past, that we realized a lot of our agencies, that was something lacking. You can see some of our office space up front. These computers are used a lot, but we don't sit very often. We are up and moving heavily.
It's a nice space.
I get about 15 to 20,000 steps usually at work per day, which is great. So, yeah, and you can see our mission statements there. To make the lives of children and their families a little brighter by focusing on their individual needs with the help of our volunteers.
And the pictures that we have up there?
Those are, we probably could update them a little bit. I'm guessing some of those kids are in high school age, but those are different kids that were all, whether they're local elementary schools or the Beatitude House or whatever it might be, those were kids that were part of our programming.
All right, wrapped gifts.
Yeah, so again, this is our December program, which, again, not even one of our flagship programs, but like I said, 115 families represented, 408 children, I believe. I might be off a little bit on those numbers, but it's pretty close to that. And, I don't even want to venture a guess on the dollar amount that so many local individuals, churches, businesses, our partners have donated to this program, and you're only seeing, this is just a slice of it. There's a lot more in different rooms around our office, and again, we have about a 6,300 square foot office, and there's a ton more in the back there, and a ton more in some side rooms, and so we're just trying to make the most of our space and what we do.
This just makes my heart happy to know that you do this and you have this, and just with the limited volunteers and staff there, we're able to pull off programs that are immense like this.
Well, it's so nice now too, because volunteering, we have started again. So we have, if you go to our website, there's volunteer opportunities. So we have a lot of National Honor Society kids that get involved and do diaper drives or whatnot, or we actually have a lot of different organizations that now, Sam's Club is one, SendSource, so many other ones, Immediate Financial, have done so many drives or come in and actually wrap diapers or do a ton of different volunteer opportunities as of late, because as you mentioned, COVID kind of shut that down for a few years. So you see some of the school supplies. And again, this program has ended for the year. We're going to ramp up again in January. So a lot of these supplies will be replenished as we kick off again in January. And
so as the Christmas spirit takes over you, these bins need a fill-in going into the new year.
Yeah, and a lot of you might see at your local businesses, we have giving trees, around the community. I think at 36 different locations. Premier Bank has been a big partner with us, and there's another couple dozen agencies that have put up giving trees, whether it's their doctor's office or their small business or whatever it might be, to provide us with the things that we might be running low on. And it's a small way, to help, because not everyone can afford to give a $500 donation, but if they can, provide a pack of flashcards for a kid that might need it, or a coloring book or something like that, like every little donation goes a long way. And you'll see this was just our Monday pickup. So we had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday pickup, and these are some of our diapers that are in the back as well.
This is immense.
Wait till you see when we actually get a truckload of pallets, when there's 32 pallets that come off a truck filled with diapers 8 feet tall. So Dang. It adds up fast. And thank goodness we just got a forklift. We needed it.
So Justin's job around the office was the hand truck driver, I'm sure, until you got the forklift.
It was, we had a pallet jack there for a while, but it was tedious to say the least. To say the least, but so many people out there to thank, and we were actually we wrote a grant. We were able to buy a forklift with that, and so can't thank the people out there again that do so much for our agency, because without them, we're not able to do what we do. And it's usually a little cleaner than that and more organized.
I came on Chaos Day.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So again, these are just some of our extras that are around, and here's some of our Christmas gifts. And you got the classics. We had a couple board members in volunteering the other day, and they were like, oh, they were so excited about the toys, because it makes you feel like a little kid.
Yeah.
Again, we don't work directly with the public, but it's so nice to hear secondhand from our partners about their clients, and just how it brings a smile to their face, whether it's diapers or Christmas presents or boots or clothes or whatever it might be that we're able to provide. And honestly, it makes you feel good about what you do every day.
Yeah, my favorite is when I see something that I could picture a kid in the hospital opening up and just like biding their time and having some fun, like you said, in that, on that terrible stint in a hospital, at least have some joy come through.
Exactly. Kind of just a little distraction. This is one of our partners. She's actually from Summit County. So she drives from Akron once a month and comes up and picks up diapers. They run an organization out of their church. And so this is her just kind of shopping for some extra things that we have around. And these are blankets. Each one of these go into our comfort kits. And we have so many volunteers. These are actually, we call them no-sew blankets. So we buy the material, and we have especially 2 volunteers out there that make a ton of these, but we have a lot of groups. We've had basketball teams, we've had football teams, we've had NHS kids pick up these blankets, do them as a kind of a fun activity, and
little
they
blanket
bring them
party.
back. Yeah, exactly. And they get NHS hours, or sometimes people just want to do it out of the goodness of their heart, and we appreciate them all the same.
Where's the Browns colors though?
Yes, you're right.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's okay. Those are actually called emergency yellow.
Okay.
That yellow there. And again, these are some more of our Christmas donations with 3 of us currently in office right now, because we have a person out on maternity leave that we're able to, divvy up sections of our office, and those are all stuffed animals. Each one of the children that are being donated those were a donation from PetSmart in Niles.
Okay.
That partners with us once a year, and we're able to give stuffed animals out to kids in our community. And you'll see there's some more Legos that are going into comfort kits.
That's so cool that you got those.
It was awesome, so awesome. And then programs we didn't even talk about. We do a spring cleaning kit in the spring. So each one of our partners receives cleaning baskets, and that's that stuff adds up fast. Clorox wipes and, toilet paper and paper towels and microfiber cloths and all that stuff. It adds up, laundry detergent. So makes it a little bit, goes a long way.
All right, so tell us about your biggest needs. If the community wants to support you and help, what's the best way to do it?
Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, go visit our website, projectmkc.org. You're able to, we will not turn down any financial donations. We appreciate them all. And like I said, 100% of that will go to our organization, which goes out directly to our community. You can also sign up for volunteer opportunities, see what we do. And I think a lot of people we're gaining notoriety in the community, but a lot of people still don't know what we do. So I encourage you to visit our site and check out what we do in our community.
How else can we get a hold of you? Social media, phone?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, we're on. Just search Project MKC. You'll find us. If you want to give us a call at our office, 330-758-3434. We're located at 6961 Southern Boulevard right now in Boardman, right by the Home Depot.
My number 1 favorite charity to support in this area. Justin, thanks so much for coming in and talking about it.
Thanks, Joe. We appreciate you.